Hey kids, do you love the Apocalypse Soon podcast? Go over to Patreon and show us some support. $5 or $20 will get you this podcast video version the day it comes out, plus some exclusive Patreon content and some apparel. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, men resting under trees, welcome to Apocalypse Soon, the only podcast recorded in North Hollywood Park with absolutely no sanctions from the government. And here he is. He doesn't care. He doesn't give a shit. He's looking good, feeling fine in the sunshine. It's Eddie Pepitone.
Good morning. Good afternoon, good evening. I'm the last newscaster on Earth, the last person alive after nuclear confrontation, conflagration, eco-catastrophe, and fascist violence, and I give the news to myself because I'm the last one alive. Our top story tonight, I masturbated 100 times this evening. That's right, what else am I gonna do? Let's go to me, who's in the field. Bob, I'm jerking off. I'm jerking off because I'm nuts. Thank you, Bob. Okay, in other news, I am not cleaning up the fluid from masturbating. No, I will not. We are in an apocalypse, and as far as I know, I'm the only one alive, so I don't want to hear from anybody about the fact that I'm a slob. And now over to me for sports. Well, today in the world of sports, another very quiet day because I'm the only one in existence. A very, very quiet day. Matter of fact, the quiet is like looking into a void, into an abyss. Have you ever looked into an abyss? Have you ever looked into an abyss? Well, here at Abisco, not Nabisco, but Abisco, we're making an abyss cookie. That's right, all the shortbread cookies that scouts are sending out. It's called Look Into the Abyss When You're the Last Person Alive cookie, and it's got a beautiful glazed topping on it, and our scouts will be out there. Please, when they ring your doorbell, don't film them on the Ring camera. A lot of people are submitting these films to the authorities saying our Girl Scouts are actually grown men who are wanted in 7 states, which is how we survive here at Abisco. Not Nabisco, Abisco. So, please, if you so, that's right. The sports slate is very, very quiet. I'm looking into the abyss. Let's go back to me with the weather. It's a nuclear winter out there, so bring your overcoat, even though I'm the last one alive. I guess I'm just saying to myself, hey, Dan, bring your fucking overcoat. You know what else I say to myself? Everything. Hey, Kev.
Hey!
So, yeah, we opened up the podcast today with the last newscaster.
It's very
an
apropos.
Old bit.
Yeah, it's very apropos of where we're at.
You know, I often think about, I meant to say this on the last podcast that we did last week, about the tree video falling on us, and we got interviewed by people, and they thought we were environmental activists, and which I am, but by the way, have you seen now that they will put fucking environmentalists in jail for like 4 or 5 years for protesting like oil companies?
Really?
The draconian laws that they are now instituting against activists, you know, and also doing this to college kids who, protest for Palestinian rights.
Right.
The sentencing now is so harsh, because it's just draconian, and this is under Democratic rule. Anyway, what I wanted to say was that I just think of the eco people who were referred by the newscast that interviewed us, when they were suggesting we go over to where an eagle was on a webcam, and we were like,
we just agreed because we were like, that's a great idea. We
were making hay.
Yeah, we were. Yeah, while the day is young, you got to make hay when it comes to it.
We were making hay at a tree, almost ending My Brilliant Little Life, which is the name of my new mini novel.
It's a great
novella, if you will.
It's a great read.
It's quick. It's a page.
It's like a
page.
It's a bathroom reader, like a daily digest.
It's maybe not a novella, but a flyer.
Yeah. Well, I think
like something you hand out on the street. Read my novel. My Brilliant Little Life. Go fuck yourself, Paul. No, please, read my novel, A Brilliant Little Life.
Come get your novels. Come read my new novel. You're just handing them out like it's papers. I think at some point we should get a reading from your novella at some point, because it is truly just a piece of art.
Like I crack open this facade, and I talk about what lies beneath the surface of absurdist comedy, of stream of consciousness madness, all the Zoloft I'm on.
Yeah.
How the Zoloft prevents me from getting erections, yet I still soldier on.
Yes, you do. Your little soldiers on.
So what's going on with you, buddy?
Oh, me, man, I'll tell you.
Oh, look at that. A leaf fell. And that's a sign of fall, folks. Even though it's about 90 degrees here in North Hollywood, a leaf just landed on Kevin's shoulder. And if that isn't a sign of fall.
The change of seasons. The change.
Yesterday was the first day of fall, the 21st.
Is that right?
Yeah, that's the autumnal equinox was yesterday. Fall was ushered in. Persephone, Demeter, those are the gods of fall, I believe. I have a Shazam for the seasons, like you hold up the phone and it tells you what Greek mythos.
Hey, Alexa, what season is it? By the way, if you do say on a podcast, if somebody says, "Hey Siri, what time is it?"
Yeah,
people's phones, as they're listening to the podcast, will actually show up, and the Siri will pop up. See?
I'm glad mine didn't. I've taught my phone whenever I say, "Hey Siri, hey Siri."
It's, by the way, it's gonna clip somebody's phone every time we say it.
That'd be funny if we had a podcast called Hey Siri, and just every sentence we had that in there.
Yes.
And our disclaimer at the top of the show is, please turn your phones off. Not mute. What is going on with you, pal?
So my kids the new report cards came out.
What?
The new report cards.
I didn't even know they give report cards anymore. I thought instead of giving kids report cards, they were just shooting them with darts that would, be filled with some kind of substance that would make them brighter.
Oh.
I
wish. I think that would be more effective than what's happening in the public schools.
So your kids got report cards. What are they? Is it
straight A's? Yes.
Both of them?
Both of them got straight A's and straight E's for what do they call it? The character or whatever, the whole thing. So we were pumped. We
Wow.
we went out and we got.
You got him treat?
Oh yeah, we went.
Where'd you get him?
We got him a Baja Blast.
What is that?
At Taco Bell, they have these new delicious gelatos.
Do they?
Yes, it's a Baja
I will
Blast.
never go to a fucking Taco Bell, and you can take that to your bank. And as a matter of fact, you know what
I thought you were a man of the people. That's what I thought.
To a point. To a point. I'm always in business select on Southwest. Boy, they really charge an arm and a leg other airlines for first class, don't they?
It's insane.
I'm like, you want fucking $5,000 so I can, watch Clockwork Orange again in peace?
A great cross-state flight movie to
So
watch.
you could warm they give you nuts that were warmed.
Oh yeah,
They do.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. They give you them.
I'm not
warm
talking
nuts.
sexual. They
Nice.
give you warm nuts in first class because I've gone first class a few times.
Oh yeah, me too, pal.
And I'm like, more what? And I just blurt out, because I'm in first class and I'm not there that often, I blurt out a lot, more warm nuts, please.
Well, you've gotten your nuts warmed on a lot
not lately.
of travel. When you travel, I mean, it seems to be kind of a staple for you to have warm nuts.
There are benefits to being someone who is beloved, and warmed nuts.
By the way, I think me and you have the same personality trait where if somebody suggests we're having sex, we have to correct them. You go, no, sir, I am not having sex.
Yeah. It's funnier.
I think so, too.
It's funny. Even if you are having sex, it's funnier to say, nope. Haven't had sex since Kennedy got shot. And I'm talking about John, first one.
Yeah, I'm trying to cut back. On the old intercourse.
But here's what I want to say about fucking Taco Bell,
Thank
which,
yes.
Do you have Taco Bell?
Yeah.
Do you get diarrhea immediately, or is it okay to your stomach?
I mean, it's pretty all right.
Really?
Oh yeah. I mean,
Taco Bell, it's pretty all right.
I've been eating like shit for my whole life.
That's true. Are you a big fast food guy?
No, I mean, I don't eat. I don't eat fast food too often, but I mean, I don't really care where I eat though. For the most part,
it's tough when you're on the road.
Yes. Yeah. By the way, the old Prius C just rolled over 215,000 miles.
You have 215,000 on your Prius?
Yep.
Wow.
Yep. It's moving along. Lots of road tripping.
I'm up to about 130,000 on my Honda Element, 2006.
And that's just on the outside.
That's just on the outside. On the inside, it's gotten a lot more mileage.
A lot of mileage.
Yeah.
I love that bit about there's room to weep. That shit.
Oh, you like that one?
I love that bit. By the way, so I put my entire music library on shuffle, which is like tens of thousands of songs.
Wow. You never know what's coming up huh?
But your I'm on Molly bit just popped up as I was pulling up. And
you have my special on
of course.
One of my specials.
I got them all on there, I keep it
look
in a
for my new
rotation.
special. By the way, finally have a title for my new special, and it's called Eddie Pepitone As Is.
I like that.
I think it's good. Take me as is. I think I blurted that out during the show.
Yeah.
Something like that during the special that was taped in Chicago, and we're looking for a platform we're looking for a platform to sell it to. So far, we just have a lot of interest from what is it? It's just a platform about scissors. So I don't know about that one.
The scissors
Yeah.
work.
The scissors app is looking at us. It's an app that will cut paper.
Oh, it'll cut the mustard.
Cut the mustard. It's an app that... Hello. I'm trying my best, though. Have you ever tried to cut the mustard and you can't cut the mustard? We got a cookie for that. It's called failure. And our scouts are out there trying to cut the mustard. Can't cut the mustard. Please don't put them on the Ring camera. They're actually men who've been in jail. And they're on parole. They're not Girl Scouts in reality, but so no Rig cameras. Can't cut the mustard or failure is the cookie that's out now. This is what I wanted to say about Taco Bell.
Yes.
Is that, I drive home late from shows, as you do, and I see the fucking Taco Bell lines. All these drunk people in their cars, and it's like a huge drive-through line at night, because they all want to just eat,
How about that In-N-Out line? You seen that one?
Oh, my God. The In-N-Out Burger out here in California. Are they in other states? I think so. A couple others, right? In-N-Out Burger?
I
Big,
don't think so. I think they're
burger
all
chain.
California, all SoCal.
Is that right?
Yeah.
But every time you go near an In-N-Out Burger, especially at night, the one here in Hollywood, Sunset and Orange.
Yes.
You just got a nice message. Don't look at it now.
Oh, I won't even...
That is funny. Someone saying, "Ooh, you just got a nice message."
I didn't. It was actually an alert for your Instagram.
From my Instagram?
Yeah. I'll get excited. I'll go, "Oh, look at this! I'm blowing!" And it's Eddie's. Because I don't know if you guys know this, but I post all of Eddie's content, all of it.
You do?
No.
You put up the clips for
this
Apocalypse
pod.
Soon.
Oh, yeah. Sometimes I'll throw some extra stuff up there, some nudity, just to keep people on their toes.
That's my OnlyFans. And my OnlyFan, I want to say hello to him, Ned. Hello, Ned. You're my OnlyFan, and I'd like to say I'm sorry for what you had to look at this morning, which was a small pig eating sushi off my naked body. But you're my only fan. Eddie Pepitone /onlyfan.com, and that's where Ned sees horrific things. I
think at some point society's going to get to a point, because now you can get your fetishes completely satisfied in any way. There's like with the foot fetish and the people sitting on cakes or whatever. There's all kinds of weird shit, but I feel like it's going to get to
God, I don't even want to know. I don't want to know that. Like these fetishes, that are going around the internet now.
There's some weird stuff.
Don't need to know. I already have zero faith in humanity. I don't want it to be times 100.
Well, I feel like you might be able to fill some sort of niche with maybe it's a whole thing where you're just upset at somebody. You hire somebody to yell at you. Like that could be your OnlyFans, where you just get on there and you're screaming at them. You're just,
Oh, that I'm screaming at someone? Oh, I thought you just said someone screaming. Like, I prefer to have people, like my big, and I'll tell you this now, folks. I'm going to be open. My big sexual fetish is to be tied up and read my credit report. And I just love that abuse, that humiliation, to be read my credit report and then beaten with all my rejection letters for trying to sell my special. I print them out. That's how I'm beaten with them.
Ooh, Eddie, look at this one. In 97, you have a Target card that never got paid off.
Well, I was going through some medical difficulties then, and the medical difficulties I'm talking about were medical marijuana. I've been sober for a good long time again.
I mean, you're back.
How about
on
you?
it.
Are you still puffing the Magic Dragon?
Oh yeah, baby. I got one of those vaporizers.
I feel good.
So.
I mean, I know the way I'm so insane in podcasts, but yeah, I've been good and sober.
Yeah, when I was in before I smoked weed, I had a lot of people, a lot of friends that did smoke who would just be like, "We gotta get you high, man."
I love when people do that.
Like it always cracked me up, and then
We gotta get you on methamphetamine. That'd be funny if it was even harder.
Yeah.
Well, didn't you
yeah.
have a guy recently, a good friend of yours, who wanted you to do coke?
Yeah. He wasn't a good friend. I was at a thing for a good friend of mine.
Yeah.
And a guy there. Yeah, I thought he had those little nicotine pouches, and it turned out to be cocaine.
Right.
And I was like, wait, what? Like I was
Yeah.
very thrown. But then I was like, hey, all in Rome. And then I was like, no.
Yeah.
But yeah, I didn't. I'm gonna have a heart attack if I do anything like that. Like
Yeah.
I feel
Don't
like
do it.
I'm not in fighting shape.
Yeah, don't do it. I can't. Even worse is when people try to get you to eat stir fries. Have you ever had a friend who pushes a stir fry on you?
Oh yeah, it drives me nuts, especially if somebody knows my diet.
I'm like, what's in it? And they're like, don't worry. And I'm like, what's in this stir fry? And they're like, we got tofu, we got vegetables, we have different grains. Have you ever heard of a grain, Kevin, called amaranth?
No.
Amaranth, I think it's called. And it's an ancient, and when you're buying, I love packaging the way corporate entities sell you things now. Amaranth, the ancient grain, like it's a grain, from ancient times.
Yeah. Is it delicious?
I think it took more than a couple of minutes to cook, so I wasn't interested.
Yeah, no thanks.
I like white rice as opposed to brown, even though brown is supposed to be healthier. Because brown rice takes about 40 minutes, and white rice is done, in my experience, it says 15, but in my experience, white rice is done in 13 minutes. I'm laughing because sometimes I catch myself saying such mundane things on this podcast.
Well, I mean, it happened. Hey, by the way, we should do a bit right now. This would be for the Food Network.
Okay.
It would be you, Eddie Pepitone, describing foods sensually. And you could just talk about some of your favorite foods.
To look different. This is my Food Network personality.
Yeah. Oh, this is beautiful. Wow.
The sensual Food Network guy. Okay, let's go. You have to intro it properly. Okay.
Ooh, welcome to the Food Network After Dark. And now it's time for Sensual Foods with Eddie Pepitone.
Hello, everyone. I want you to take your inhibitions, take all your inhibitions, put them in a plastic bag. Put all your inhibitions in a plastic bag and flush them down a toilet. Put your inhibitions down a toilet because you are now gonna cook with no inhibitions. Welcome. I am almost French with my accent. It is sort of on the cusp. But as you know, I cannot do accents very well. But I want you to cook something that'll be the equivalent of a sexual experience. I want you to cook something today that I like to call the pancake orgasmic pancake that keeps you coming and coming and coming. So what we're going to do, we're going to take a little cumin, because cumin is a spice, but do you know what? You could pronounce it cumin, and I want you to keep coming.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, now I want you to put on, when you're cooking this meal, orgasmic pancakes that keep coming and coming, I want you to cook it in a very small, tight leather outfit where your nipples are showing, and only you have a little jewel box for your parts, for your genitalia. What I like to call genitalia is hello. That's what I like to call genitalia, but whatever I call it, they call it jewels. So cover your jewels with a little leather and it's a strap-on. Have a strap-on. Oh, and by the way, I tell all of my chefs out there, always wear a strap-on, because when they see the bill, they know they've been fucked. You know what I mean?
Oh, yeah.
So have a strap-on and cumin. Sprinkle the cumin into the skillet, and then the pancake batter. I want you to feel the pancake batter. Just pour a little on your chest. You're in a leather outfit already. Pour some pancake batter on your chest. Don't heat the pancake batter before you... By the way, this accent is now going into something else. But take the pancake batter, pour it on yourself. Don't heat up the pancake batter. I don't want to get sued if you have first, second, third degree burns. And I never know which burns are the worst. First degree, second degree, or third degree?
Third's the worst.
Is it third?
Oh, yeah.
All right. Thank you, Fireman Ed.
No problem.
So take the pancake, pour it on yourself, take one of your fingers, take your finger, immerse it in the batter that's near your nipple. This is men and women. And I want you to lick the pancake batter from your finger, lick it lasciviously on Instagram Live. I want more of the people who are making my dishes to be licking their fingers with pancake batter on Instagram Live. And I want you to monetize that, because one thing I've learned about Instagram Live is if you use their professional dashboard, you too can make upward of 25 cents every 2 months. And now I want you to slowly simmer the pancake batter with the cumin or cumin. Cumin is what I like to say to my sexual partner. I like to say, I'm a cumin right before I come. And I know it's kind of on the nose, but I'm an on-the-nose type of guy. I'm not going to yell, I'm a-leaving when I'm a-coming. But anyway, take a little of your cumin or cumin and put it in the pancake batter. And as you know, pancake batter is just some milk. You could even use non-dairy if you don't want to torture farm animals. Put a little non-dairy oat milk or soy milk or coconut milk or pistachio milk or cashew milk, almond milk. I love when I go to a coffee shop and I say, do you have any non-dairy milk? And they say, would you like pistachio milk? And I say, no. And they say, would you like almond milk? And I said, no. And then they say, why are you wearing a strap-on? And I say, because I'm trying to make money on Instagram Live. By the way, if you see someone with a strap-on on, you know they have a professional dashboard on Instagram Live, and they are making close to $50 every couple of months. Anyway, heat the pancake with the cumin, the cumin, when the batter, pistachio milk, pancake batter, and see the little bubbles. You know how you could see the little bubbles on pancakes when they start to heat up? And when you see those little bubbles, flip the pancake and flip your lover on the other side, whether your lover was up or down. I myself am a bottom. Because I'm too exhausted to be a top. I feel like it is so much work to be a top when you're at the bottom, and it also works metaphorically. I'm at the bottom, you know, like the dregs of society, like Gorky. Gorky wrote a novel about that. Charles Dickens about the bottom of society. Anyway, flip the pancake. Turn over your lover, whatever they were, top or bottom. I'm a bottom. And look in the mirror and ask yourself, where has everything gone this wrong that I'm wearing a strap-on Instagram Live, trying to cook erotic pancakes?
Oh, yeah. Thanks for joining us on Food Network After Dark with Sensual Cooking.
You know, a lot of these bits are just excuses for my subconscious to dance in the light.
You know what? I thought I saw some dancing in there.
Well,
I felt it.
Yeah, it's my subconscious, and it's dancing. You know, because a lot of times we have to keep our subconscious under wraps, you know?
Mm-hmm.
And we don't let it dance. And by the way, I recently saw a dance troupe, and they were called Please Fund Us. I thought it was too much of I thought the name was too beggary.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Most dance troupes, it's like that. You know, it's hard because most dance troupes have upwards of 10 to 15 people in them. And, you know...
That's another thing about dance troupes. Can I take a second?
Please.
To talk about... If you're going to be...
Now, Eddie talks about dance troupes.
Hey, hi. Are you in a dance troupe? Are there 20 of you? Look, dance troupes, if you're... that's too many. My advice to dance troupes are cut your members in half, okay? Because if you're getting any event catered, 20 people, that's going to cost you a lot of money. So please, dance. And also, dance troupes, can I give you another suggestion? Don't be so fucking boring. Every time I go to a dance recital, and by the way, anything that has the name recital in it is not going to be good. Okay? It's just not going to be good. Am I right?
I 100% agree.
Thank you. This is my friend Nick, who backs me up on everything I say.
That's right.
And Nick, what has been your experiences at dance recitals? Are you bored out of your fucking mind?
I want to see stuff that's difficult to do. I don't want to see bullshit. You know what I mean? And we're all supposed to just wait till the end to clap. No thanks.
Mm-hmm.
I don't want it.
Mm-hmm.
I want to see stuff that's difficult, especially with the dance. It gets into the artistic stuff. Like,
Right.
Exactly.
Right.
It gets me
Right.
barking. But basically, whatever you say.
Like, let me talk. I used to be interested in Alvin Ailey. They were muscular. If people know Alvin Ailey, I grew up in New York City. That was an all-black dance troupe. And then I got into Twyla Tharp. I got into Martha Graham. And I think my favorite was Philobolus. I think I'm pronouncing that right. It could be Philobolus, but I think it's Philobolus. Do you remember this dance troupe?
No.
Philobolus. They did some. Actually, they were my favorite. They would morph. They would all work together, and they would morph into different things. It was quite interesting.
I've seen that, and I've seen people do it with like shadows too, which is pretty interesting.
But much like that band, Whitesnake, there was a fire during one of their dance troops, dance recitals.
Tragic.
And the entire dance troupe perished. Luckily, I got out the exit.
Unscathed.
But Philobolus was burned alive. And the last thing you heard was, but we were going to morph into a W-2 form. They did some very financial morphing, which wasn't the best,
A
but
great form.
yeah.
A great form. And now, thanks for joining us on Eddie Talks About Recitals. Dance troops.
Boy, it always ends in violence.
It's hard to get away from it. In this society, when you're from violence, it's hard to, come from any other perspective,
That would be a funny name for a town. They have some funny names for it. Violence USA. Right? Because there's crazy names for towns,
Yeah. The population number just keeps going down.
I think the town I would like to live in would be called Lethargy. Welcome to, what's the name of our town again, Ted?
I don't care.
I think it's Lethargy.
Yeah, that's
Welcome
probably
to
right.
Lethargy. No, but Violence USA. Hello, I'm Ted, the mayor of Violence. Get down, folks. We're in a lockdown. I'll tell you later. Like, there's just constant violence.
I feel like I'm in Violence USA sometimes,
You feel like what?
I feel like I'm in Violence USA sometimes. I just got suggested a video of the altercation that took place here in Los Angeles. Or maybe
Are you being serious now?
Yeah. There was
What
a
happened?
stabbing on a subway.
Here in L.A.?
Yeah.
What do you mean a video?
It may have been on Hollywood Boulevard in Portland, I believe.
Whoa. There's a lot of misinformation. You said Hollywood Boulevard in Portland?
So the video I
There
watched,
is no...
they kept referencing Hollywood Boulevard, but they
This is
he
so
kept
funny.
saying Portland.
This is the worst recap of a story. Like, I don't
just
know if
watched-
it's in Portland or L.A. or Hollywood
I
Boulevard.
shouldn't even have mentioned the location. It was
But
a
what happened?
stabbing on a subway train. Some guy was getting into it, screaming some religious nonsense because he saw two girls in a hijab, and he's yelling, and then these other two, another couple of people walked up to him, start get into it. He pulls a knife out, stabs these two people, and then they of course arrest them, and then they get all this footage of him in the back of the cop car, just absolutely out of his mind, just screaming, I'm slitting throats all over
And that's
town.
why Verizon is having a sale this week on their new earbuds. The stabbing in Los Angeles recently has inspired a new set of earbuds, and we here at Verizon want you to know we don't approve of racist violence, but we do approve of good sound.
We're not sure where the stabbing took place, It was
But we're
either,
damn sure that all our locales, whether Portland or Hollywood Boulevard, whether Hollywood Boulevard in L.A. or Hollywood Boulevard in Portland.
I'm not even confident it was recent, but it did happen.
It absolutely happened.
There's footage.
And we here at Verizon want to not celebrate it, but commemorate this stabbing. By the way, I got to tell you, now we're out of that commercial, but I fucking hate the fact that people share these videos that are so violent.
Yes.
And it's just a sick thing to do, I think.
Well, I've talked to
Canadians. This guy has a Montreal Canadian shirt on.
Nice.
But he's got
the
earbuds
in. Yeah, he's not going to hear us.
He's a hockey guy, which I like. Canadians. He thinks he looked at me and had no response whatsoever.
There was a vacancy in the eyes that reminds me of family.
By the way, that'd be a good bumper sticker. The vacancy I see there's a vacancy in the eyes that reminds me of family. That would be a good bumper sticker. That's something that if you pull up behind, it makes you think, it makes you laugh a little bit.
Honk if your relatives have vacancy in their eyes. Is there emptiness in your lover's eyes? Honk.
Is there emptiness in your lover's eyes? Do you see a vacancy in their eyes? Have they checked out? Has your lover checked out and there's a vacancy in their eyes? Well, I'm Realtor John Stevens, and I can sell that vacancy in the eyes of people for over $2,000 a month.
You know how much advertisers are paying for space right now? And you got vacancy in your eyes being unused.
Make that vacancy work for you. You could get up to $2,000 a month for that vacancy in your eyes. So if you've checked out, if you no longer have any will to live and there's just a vacancy in your eyes, please contact me, John Locken. I think I said another last name, but I'm above board, believe me. John Locken, vacancy. If you have a vacancy in your eyes, I can sell it.
And if you're interested in more advertising, ask us how we can put a logo on your forehead for a very reasonable price.
Oh, very reasonable.
Very reasonable.
Oh, man. So what else is going on with you, Kev?
Oh, man, I'm just taking deep breaths.
You got your kids' great report cards.
Straight A's.
I'm about to
down.
travel.
Yep.
Vegas to the East Coast. I'm excited about touring with Chris Gethard and Keegan Tyndall, and we're going to places I like: Baltimore, Philly, like real Boston, real. It's right outside Boston, Somerville.
Yeah.
Real East Coast.
Yeah.
Garwood, New Jersey.
When are you going? When are you going to Vegas?
I'm going there. I'll be at Skankfest the 27th, 28th, and 29th in Vegas.
September. Okay.
And my shows on the East Coast, October 2nd, 3rd, 4th, 5th, and 6th.
Nice.
Yeah, 5 shows.
Oh, that'll be great. I think this may have already passed for the September shows when this comes out.
We may have passed by the time this comes out.
I got a show in Big Bear 2 nights.
Oh, really?
Yeah, this
no
weekend.
No fires going on up there?
Probably. That's probably.
No, I mean there
bring
were
me up
fires
there for comic relief. You know,
there were fires recently up there. Big fires. A lot of wildfire. I don't hear much about the wildfires anymore.
Oh, I don't know if you've done a comedy show during an active fire.
No. Active shooter, yeah. Active fire, no.
I mean, with an active fire, people are on their toes. You know, there's anxiety there that you can play with. You know,
People are on their toes.
nobody's on their phone. You know, people are in the moment. They're worrying, am I going to
Right.
live or die? They're low to the ground, you know, for the smoke.
Yeah.
Good comedy club has low ceilings.
Yeah. You specialize in emergencies and evacuations.
Absolutely. Yeah. Well, I think the whole thing is like with the amount of emergencies and evacuations that we have to go through here in America due to the violence in this country.
Violence and eco-catastrophe. There's so many people on the move all over the globe.
I go to a lot of schools. I go, next time you're in a lockdown, you know, you're going to be there anyway. You might as well get a few laughs in. You know, bring me in. I'm available.
Right. And you charge, you give a bereavement fare, right? Like you will not charge top dollar.
Absolutely.
If there's carnage, I know that you will. By the way, this podcast really is about the apocalypse. If you sift through it, it really is. Like a lot of people say, but you don't talk about the apocalypse. And I'm like, just listen.
Yeah.
Listen up.
Yes, absolutely. No, I mean, and also just our general attitudes, you know, this is what happens. When
Things decline. I mean, you could listen to podcasts about, you know, how to fix your car or science podcasts, but this is the apocalypse.
Absolutely, yeah.
And we're here at the forefront of the abyss.
Absolutely. No, I've done a lot of great shows to crowds exiting schools, churches,
Churches,
shopping centers, you know.
Yeah.
I'm out there with a little speaker, you know, the fire's blazing.
Folks, take cover. By the way, have you ever taken cover when you're trying to date? Is that nuts or what?
You got to worry about your girl. I'm worried about my life ending here. My girl's going, baby, don't leave me, don't leave me. It's just like have a little independence, you know?
I'm Kevin Tinkin. Please follow me if you survive this tragedy.
When the cops get there, they start escorting everybody out. I go, what, was something I said? Did I say something? People love it. They love it. They know I'm messing around.
Well, Kev,
you know?
I think another episode has screeched to a grinding fucking halt.
The Doppler effect of this podcast is it is in stages as we've passed you by, and we are now galloping off into the sunset. And as
Boy, the Doppler effect. Can I just say this
Yes.
about the Doppler effect? It's my favorite effect.
it's a great one.
Okay, that's all.
It's beautiful.
I mean, yeah. When you're like, is it coming toward me? Or is it going away from me? And you know, the Doppler, who it was named after, he was a guy who dressed in latex and climbed trees and had his Johnson hanging out in Central Park, New York.
Well, and he had his arms on backwards, and that's why people had a hard time knowing.
He had his arms on backwards.
Yeah,
right.
And people didn't know if he was going or coming. You know, just like the Doppler effect. You know, people would see and they go, I don't know, is that guy going or coming?
Is
He's
he going or coming?
got his arms on backwards.
Coming or cumin? Little callback for you there, folks.
Guys, if you just love this type of stuff
Yeah.
and you say, you know what, I've got money in my pocket, it's burning a hole. We got a place to put that cash, and that would be at patreon.com/Eddie Pepitone, where you can give us $5 or $20. For that, you will get some, for the $20 subscribers, you get some apparel, some stickers, some fun stuff like that. We also give you some exclusive Eddie Pepitone stand-up, which I know you guys are huge fans of. We've had an absolutely amazing set I recorded the other night at the Improv we got to put up. I got to get your permission to put it up before I put it up.
What's that? What are you putting up?
The set from the Improv. I got to send it to you.
Oh, where you guys were laughing in the back?
Yeah.
Kind of
yeah.
light crowd?
I loved it.
Is that a good one?
I loved it. I don't know if it was because I was so high, but I thought it was hilarious. I was drunk and high. I was out there.
Right. It was the party
That's
of
right.
the opening bar.
Yes, and I'm out.
One of the weakest parties I've seen in a long time.
There was upwards of 7 people in that room.
God.
They're trying. They're swinging at it.
No, I know.
But that I loved that set. So maybe maybe I'll put it out and maybe you get a little drunk and a little high before you watch it, and it'll be like you're there. But go to EddiePepitone.com if you want to see all of his live tour dates. If you didn't get those mentions throughout this episode, or maybe you're listening to this in the future, EddiePepitone.com will be updated. You can find out when he's coming to your town. Go over to YouTube.com and subscribe to this podcast, or go to just type Apocalypse Soon Podcast.
Just type in anything you fucking want.
Yeah, go to Google. It's easy.
Google and look up something.
It's easy. Just try if you want to be a part of this. Just give it a shot.
Absolutely.
And that's it, I believe.
Yeah. Folks, thank you for watching or listening or both to Apocalypse Soon, the podcast with zero upside.